What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Slay exclusive here. Today I'm going to be playing a game called Storm Boy. This is a short little indie game, adventure game, about 20 minutes long. This game is actually based on a 1964 children's book, based on the same name, and it takes place on the beaches of South Australia near the mouth of the Murray River, where the protagonist, the boy, rescues orphaned pelican chicks, one of whom later becomes a child's pet and faithful companion, Mr. Percival. Which, that's Mr. Percival right there on the little perch. So like I said, 20-minute game, very quick. Achievements are very easy. Not really going to be going for those this playthrough, just going to enjoy the game. So let's get started. Stormboy lived with Hideaway Tom, his father. Years before, when Stormboy's mother had died, he had left Adelaide and gone to live like a hermit by the sea. The only other man who lived anywhere near them was Fingerbone Bill, the Aborigine. At first, Hideaway was afraid that Stormboy would get lost, and so Hideaway looked for a landmark. One day he found a big piece of timber lying with the driftwood on the beach. "There," said Hideaway, "now you'll always have a lookout post. You'll be able to see it far up the beach and you won't get lost." Some distance from the place where Hideaway and Fingerbone had built their humpies, the whole stretch of the Coorong and the land around it had been turned into a sanctuary. Coorong, sorry, I don't know if I said that right. In the early morning, the tall birds stood up. Oh, what the hell? Ah! In the early morning, the tall birds stood up and clapped and cheered the rising sun. So you can only go in either direction. Stormboy felt the excitement and wonder of it. He often sat on the shore all day with his knees up and his chin cupped in his hands. Sometimes he wished he had been born an ibis or a pelican. So there's a minigame here. Let's check it out. Daydreams like this can last as long as you like. So basically, these mini games in the game, they're really like never ending. I don't think that they have like a purpose necessarily. You can just play them as long as you want. But actually, one of the achievements I think is where you turn directions 15 times with this bird. So just, you know, keep going back and forth pretty much 15 times and you'll get the achievement. Imagine you can fly with the other birds in the sanctuary. And just move. Okay, it's pretty cool. Let's go back. Alright, let's keep going. His father's voice roused him and he ran down to the beach to help dig up a bag full of big cockles for their own tea. Another minigame. Let's try it out. 100 cockles is the limit per person. Find as many as you can. Look for bubbles to find cockles. Look around and dig. Okay. So just keep pressing A on these bubbles. Let's get like 10 of these and keep on moving. It's very simplistic, not really much of a challenge or anything. Alright, that's good. It's good enough. Let's see. When Stormboy went walking along the beach or over the sandhills or in the sanctuary, the birds were not afraid. They knew he was a friend. "Hello, Mrs. Penguin," said Stormboy each day. "How are your bits of thistle down today?" But sometimes Stormboy saw things that made him sad. In spite of the warnings and notices, people hurt the birds. Well, that ain't right. What's up? One morning, Stormboy found everything in uproar and confusion. He heard a faint rustling and crying, and there, under the sticks and grass of the broken nest, were 3 tiny pelicans, still alive. Stormboy picked them up carefully and hurried back with them. 2 of the baby pelicans were fairly strong, but the 3rd was desperately sick. It was 3 days before the baby pelican was well enough to sit up and ask for food. And that was how Mr. Proud, Mr. Ponder, and Mr. Percival came to live with Stormboy. Greedy pelicans will just keep eating fish. Throw the fish to feed the hungry pelicans, Mr. Proud, Mr. Ponder, and Mr. Percival. Okay. What the hell? Alright. Let's go back. At last, Hideaway spoke sternly to Stormboy. Mr. Proud, Mr. Ponder, Mr. Percival will have to go back to the sanctuary where they came from. We just can't afford to feed them anymore. That sucks. Time for respectable pelicans to get their own breakfast. Hideaway grumbled instead of begging from their friends. And as time went on, he really meant what he said. Stormboy was sad, but he always knew when his father had made up his mind. Yes, Dad, he said. Hideaway sailed for 5 miles up the sanctuary before he stopped the boat. Off you go, he said. Now you'll have to look after yourselves. Hideaway and Stormboy spent the day fishing. It was fine and sunny, but somehow it seemed cold. Mr. Percival, it's Mr. Percival. Mr. Percival has come back home. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. Ever since the miracle of Mr. Percival's rescue, he had been Stormboy's favorite. Stormboy often had fun on the beach with Mr. Percival. Try swimming in different places to see what it's like underwater. Sail the waters of the Southern Ocean and look for places where Stormboy might like to swim. Let's check it out. That's pretty cool. Wow, actually looks really nice. Oh damn, there's fish too over here, right in the front. That's cool. Wow. So I think one of the achievements, by the way, is like spend as much time as you can underwater, like the maximum amount of time before he has to go back up. Let's see, let's go over here, try this spot out. It's probably the same, just, you know. Let's see. Orientation is a bit different, but either way, looks nice underwater, so. Alright, let's go back. Let's keep going. Another mini game. Alright. Can draw stuff. That's cool. You can activate the ocean to wash it away. Draw on the sand. If you make a mistake or want to start a game, waves wash your drawing away. That's cool. Huh? Let's do a little branding. Oh, I can't go. Slayer. Alright, that's enough of that. Whenever he threw the ball or a smooth pebble or a sea urchin or an old fishing reel, Mr. Percival snapped it up and brought it back. Oh, another minigame. Play fetch with Mr. Percival for as long as you'd like. Throw the ball and Mr. Percival will bring it back to you. Oh damn, you can throw it all the way in the water? That's cool. Oh damn, he dove for that ball. Oh damn. Slick with it. Just over there. It's a cute little game, just, you know. It's not nothing crazy about it, you know. Sometimes you just wanna chill back and relax and just play a little game like this. It's kinda de-stressing. Alright, that's enough of that. If Stormboy went swimming or sliding down sand hills or playing on the sand, Mr. Percival found a good spot nearby and perched there heavily to watch and wait until it was over. No. Another minigame. Oh, damn. So you just slide down, speed up, change direction. Sand dunes are nature's slide. Woo, speed up. Damn, man. This is like never ending. Where the hell is he at? Yo, and if he just goes through bushes, like, yo. She could be in, like, scratched up and, like... Holy crap. Woo! Dude. He'd be bleeding and hurting right now. Yo, and he's like, what? Yo. What the hell, man? That was a crazy jump, man. His stomach, yo, get wrecked. Alright. One day as Hideaway was watching them play, he had an idea. If he can bring things back to you, perhaps he can carry things away too. It was the year of the great storms that began in May, even before the winter had started. In the darkness of early morning, Stormboy suddenly woke with Hideaway's voice in his ears. "It's a wreck," Hideaway said, "a shipwreck on the shore." "Look at them," Stormboy yelled. "We must help them. They'll be drowned." "How can we help?" said his father. "We can't throw a line. It's too far." Stormboy gave a great shout. Mr. Percival is the one to do it. He can fly." Mr. Percival needs to fly over the sailor's boat. Oh. Okay. Oh, damn. Ah, what the hell? Damn. Pushed as much as I could. It's that side. Oh, God. Ah. You've done it, Stormboy. Hideaway and Figurebone shouted together as Mr. Percival landed on the beach. "You're a good, brave, clever Pelican." Between them all, they slowly hauled the captain ashore and dragged him, pale and half drowned, onto the beach. "Saved," he kept saying weakly, "saved by a miracle and a pelican." "You're a big, wonderful bird," he said. He looked up at Hideaway. "When he dies, you must send him to the museum. We'll put a label on the case. The Pelican that saved 6 men's lives." Hideaway looked around quickly. He was glad Stormboy hadn't heard the captain's words. For the rest of the year, everyone was happy. The storms went back to the cold south, the sun warmed the sandhills, and spring ran over the countryside with new leaves and little bush buds. Before long, the open season for duck shooting came around again. From the start, Mr. Percival hated the shooters. He harried them whenever he could. Sometimes he just sat staring at them rudely until they grew impatient and chased him away. But most of all, he flew around and around their hiding places in wide circles like a cumbersome old airplane on patrol. Before long, the ducks understood Mr. Percival's warnings and kept away. The shooters grew angrier and angrier. Oh no. That doesn't sound too good. And so went on until one terrible morning in February. Don't shoot, it's Mr. Perce. Oh, yo, what an asshole. His voice was drowned by the roar of the gun. "In the world," Hideaway said sadly, "there will always be men who are cruel, just as there will always be men who are lazy or stupid or wise or kind. Today you've seen what cruel and stupid men can do." And at 9 o'clock, Mr. Percival died. Damn, bro. Aww. Damn, man. Wow. It's going up to heaven. Damn, dude. That's rough. All the feels, man. Mr. Percival, Stormboy whispered, "You're the best friend I have ever had." And no ways above them in their mind's eye, they can see the shape of 2 big wings in the storm clouds and the flying scud. 2 wings of white with trailing black edges spread across the sky. For birds like Mr. Percival do not really die. Well, thanks for everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.